Washed, scrubbed, rinsed, and dried. But not quite over yet because I still got to scrape all the glue and tape and other things all over the glass. Because with this stand, I'm not going to paint it. You're actually going to be able to see all the way down it and through it. So I'm going to have a lot of different types of guppies and endlers that are gonna look like they blend together because you can see all the way back through. This is gonna be awesome. Boom, finally got that complete. They're all in there nice and clean, super crisp and clear, look at that. Now I can work on getting substrate in here, work on getting water in. All right, first of all, I'm gonna hit this row right here, black substrate. Should have like the most colorful guppies down, like it's right perfect for eye view. Probably do black substrate on this one too. Light substrate here, that way when you get the down view on those darker color guppies, they'll really pop. It's good done doing a little workout. And probably do light substrate up here as far as light color. And this broken tank you guys have seen, I'm gonna end up using a lot of the substrate out of here and using this to seed the new tank. I actually put more water in it. Full of that brown, dirty, beneficial mulm. There you can see it. That's the good stuff. That'll help see my new tanks. Pretty much have them ready that day. So yeah, now to start getting some of this in there and start digging into some of my old stash. I've got some Brightwell Eco Complete. I don't want to use acidic substrates like Brightwell. You want more of an inert substrate. Eco Complete's great, holds hardness. Guppies love the hardness. But I would grab it like my light substrate, which this comes from the yard. I can't get it in different colors. My black substrate actually comes from more of a wetter area. There is some, but I mean, it looks all right. But it's not like that where the colors would just pop. Dang, them things were legit. Anyways, let's do it. And I always empty the water out of this stuff, and this bag's probably like 4 years old. It's still good. And I may actually use some of the Brightwell. I don't know about the 4-ite. I'm always back and forth on that stuff. Never been a real big fan of it. I got some of it, but I don't know. May have to use some of that as a filler. I mean, being just guppies, I'll be all right. This stuff's just like mashed up rock, pretty much. It seems like the tailings are rock, but it's super dusty. Definitely want to rinse that out. So, man, I can just see the smoke clearing up. It's notorious for clouding tanks. I'm just let this cycle on through. See, this is why I'm not a big fan of it, because it just takes forever to clean this stuff up. Kind of a pain. And I've been doing this forever now. Like, I mean, this is all the water already I dumped out, but look at this. Still, what a real pain. Yeah, I definitely remember why I don't use this stuff. This is ridiculous. How long I've been out here trying to get this to clear up, moving it around. I mean, granted, I could probably like lay it out on some screen and do some elaborate process, but come on, this isn't even reasonable for fish keepers. Try again, Seacom. Seacam. Sorry, you got Kim in your name. Should probably be in the fish business. That was a terrible experience. Also, here's another comparison. I've got Eco Complete here on this side. This is one full bag. Boom, 20. This is the fluorite black. About the same height. Dude, there's almost twice as much in the Carib Sea than that little puny Porsche. I'm not sponsored by either or, but bruh, definitely tell the difference of where I would go. And yeah, I think I'm just sell that at the next club meeting because not worth it. not even my time to clean it. Forget about it. Packing slip for this, 2018. I'm finally about to run out of substrate since then. I haven't had to buy substrate since 2018. But now I think I'm gonna need more. So we got full eco, fluorite black and eco cap. And then we're gonna do Brightwell with the eco cap. Smooth it on. Looks dark and isolate now, but once those fish get in there, oh, this is gonna be cool. And I am gonna go ahead and add some rocks in here as well, just to give the fry somewhere to hide. Should up my numbers. I'm pretty much putting one of these in each one. All right, one set done, ready for water. And I will add water, then we'll wait a couple days before we do the plants because the oxidation of the new water can really rip into plants and its plant tissue. So best to give the air bubbles a couple days to settle off, then start planting your new plants. Now to grab some of this, this will help seed the cycle. The cycle for these new tanks. Look at that. Nice and dirty. And 1 cup's enough for each one of them. You don't need much of this to really go too far. And time to start filling. I've got that down there so it doesn't kick up all the substrate. It'd put the Brightwell on top of the eco and it just keeps the dust settled down. So start working my way down. And I'd work on these, but I need more substrate for those. I think I'll go ahead and work on these. Which, as I mentioned before, I'll be using some of my yard sand for this. Nice light. Let's see, a bit dusty, but it's okay. Well, just realized that hasn't been sifted. I thought it already had been because, well, I've been off projects for so long. But I did get 2 of them going. That'll at least get me started. I have to work on substrate here. I'll get more rock piles back there. Anyways, at least it's started. I'm going to use this rock for the lighter substrate here. It'll look better. And yes, I did add that mold. That brown mommy detritus, that good stuff into the sand too. Definitely gonna need to clear up the air bubbles some. Water is in those and down there. That's looking real clear. I may not get this row done just because I don't have the eco complete yet, but I could at least get the sand going, get the plants in, and then start freeing up some space that is in the quarantine. Time to get my free sand substrate set up all ready. If you do have just like regular dirt, like up in different areas where you don't have sand, what I would do with that dirt is I would set it out. You could use a pool, you could use a tarp. Well, let the sun cook it, clean it out, then use it. You can mash it down if you want. But with the sand, what I got here, and here I got my sand getting whole. I just peel the top off, get all the grass and whatnot out of the way, and then just start digging what's up underneath. You can see I just put the grass toppings towards the side. Eventually, probably make a little pond out of this. But yeah, fill up my shovel. Holy crap, my shovel's bent. Did I do that? What the? Now, this is a cobalt steel shovel, but look how bent up this thing is. It's all curved, wavy, everything. Is that really how hot it gets down here? What the heck? How does a steel handle do that? That is crazy. I mean, I thought I was safe keeping it outside, but jeez, look at that. I'll still use it though. All right, after about 10 reps with the bucket, got a nice sunny spot here. Gonna throw that in there. Spread it around for free after priceless tools. Which this sand ended up being a lot darker than the other sand that I got. As you can see, it's lighter here. I can find over the yard, there's like so many different shades of sand. This actually had some light sand like I just showed you, and then more orangish, and then darker sand. Here you can really see the orangish sand, which I'm sure that's just iron rich material. But it all blend and it'll all be usable. And how I get the sand from the bucket to the tank, I use a little tote that can actually fit into the space that I'm working, because it's hard to get that there. So this makes it a lot easier than trying to do like cups full or something. I do turn it around every so often to get the stuff on the bottom up top and the dry stuff down low, so it'll mix. Usually just spin around with this thing. That's a pretty little gardener snake. The color on that one. Wow. Look at that color. That's wild. I'm trying to get some rock here, but look at this grasshopper. This thing is wild looking. This thing is wild looking. Look at that. That's a grasshopper. That is cool. The yellow and black, a little bit of red on the legs. That is wild. A Jurassic plant. Alright, got a couple buckets of rock. Now I can hopefully finish this. Or at least I'm gonna keep working towards it. Is it ever done? As far as the rock, I like to put it on this. As far as this rock, I like to put it on this egg grate and then give it a good rinse. That way stuff can just kind of, dirt and whatnot can flow right through. You don't necessarily need it, but just give it a good rinse. All right, all dried, set. You can see here the sand is nice and dry. You can usually tell, see there on the bottom, see how the discolorment? That means it's wetter, it's moisture. But we'll get the stuff off the top, put it in there. Back on track, time to cook. 90 degrees today. Woo. And I do keep my tailings leftovers from what I sift out. One day I do plan on getting back into aquascaping and doing more like scape type tanks. Those will be bigger type tanks eventually whenever I get this space out for that. We'll have a lot more fun with that stuff, but I'll save it until then. All right, top row finished. Got them all done. Now I just gotta finish filling them. Woohoo. Which this will give me 16 new guppy tanks. It's gonna be awesome. And while these fill, I'm gonna go ahead and get the bubbles off the side of this glass here. That way I can see through it better and it'll be less likely to promote algae growth and diatoms. But you can use a paper towel, scraper, sponge scruncher. This is all I got. What would be perfect would be something like this, longer with a sponge on it. I mean, being 20 longs, it's kind of a reach. Look at the difference. It's like Sprite water. Oh, the monkey got smart. Glad I figured this out sooner than later. This way I don't even really have to get wet. Nice. Whoa. Detritus, beneficial bacteria, water ready to go. Looking much better. see right through it now. Now I need to add some plants, a few plants, and I will start with a couple fish. Always best to start with just a couple fish and then add into your colony as time goes by. So even if it's just a day or two later, it's always good just to start with a couple fish. Because you don't want to throw a bunch of them in there, then the bioload not be able to handle them and crash, boom, bam, ouch. You do not want that. And for that whole front row, or maybe down below it, I'm gonna end up using a lot of this moss in one of them. So I need to get more moss going. Really, the plant choice is unlimited from what I can use. I mean, I could use any plants. The hardest part is just picking what. A lot of good pearlweed in here. It's always a good one. I could use more of that. Loaded with seed shrimp too. Yum, yum. Crips, stems, I mean, all kinds of things. Spouts. Want the McGeeton. Old classic guppy grass. What to use? I think I'm gonna go ahead with pearlweed in these. Well, no, there's not enough light. I need something really low light. I mean, all those plants could probably do all right in here. Be close. Let's test them out. Went ahead and went with the pearlweed in the first one. The second one, I've got some of the screwiest cork valve screw. Trying to go find. And here's that moss. You see a little detritus worm there already. That's a good thing. Ooh, a couple of them. Seed up, guys. And then, of course, classic guppy grass. Now, with the guppy grass and the moss, I kind of scattered it around the tank instead of just leaving it clumped up. It did kind of clump up again a little bit itself, but it's at least spread out so it can sprawl out. I just pulled all these guys out of this quarantine tub. Well, they have been in there for a little while, but man, look how many there is. They had some pretty new, like, babies. They come out of this little tub, which that's the goal, is to empty all these tubs. I didn't want to keep using them. Well, I probably will keep using them for a little while until this is done. I never realized the green and red on them as well off the top. Look at that. I didn't see that when I first got them, but their coloration's really popping. Wow. And yeah, I'm just gotta walk these all the way over there. Not the best way to do it. Let's just stop and appreciate this for a second. Oh, dang it, bug on. Stop and appreciate this for a second. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright guys, about to have your forever home now. And I know I said only add a couple of fish at a time, but I know how to age my water, so I can get away with it. But yeah, it's still best to age your water first. Focus, focus. Oh, these are gonna be awesome in here with this natural light. Look at that. Come on, focus, you camera. Look at the females, even so colorful. All right. And since I had so many babies and I got some extra open shrimp tanks, I'm gonna go ahead and throw half of all those babies into here because I'll put all my eggs in one basket. As you can see here, I put plenty of babies in there. Oh man, don't get stuck down there. Should be all right. Check up on them later. Lights are still all off. And since I did add more than I was expected, I was gonna go ahead and throw some more mulm water in there. Plus a little bit of Daphne would probably make them feel more comfortable too. Just to help with the transition. Always helps promote breeding too. And next up out of those containers, we've got the Micropicella pictas, the swamp guppies. These things are really cool. Those are the males. Some really hefty females looking good. And then I got the Dumbo ear, I don't know, red dragon tail. Anyway, beautiful. Big old shrimp in there. And then the volcano guppy babies are down there in the, underneath the plants. They're still small. Went ahead and put the volcano guppies over by the magical guppies here. And I put the Dumbo ears in here. They're all hiding already. Like, what is this new place? I know these guys don't have color yet, but they will eventually. I just went ahead and put the swamp picta guppies in here with the rice fish and the other swamp picta guppies. Eventually I'll get all the rice fish out here, and with all these roots, like those picta guppies should start breeding like crazy. I'm sure they'll be happy to see their friends. The footage right now is horrible. I don't have time to sit around and shoot fish right now. I gotta get your guys' orders. Thank you guys, LRBAquatics.com. It's not always frogs we get in here, but lizards too. Oh, he's shedding. That dude needs help. Get him out. Well. Broke up. Alright, now back to finishing these bubbles up on these newer tanks. And one day I will get some kind of lighting going on. These shop lights, they're alright. I mean, they're a good, cheap solution for like 20 bucks. I think 25 bucks, 20 bucks now. But one day I do hope to get real, like, aquarium lighting that really does my fish room a lot more justice. Little bits by little bits by a lot of little bits. I know I usually give them baths before I take them out, but these guys are clean. Well, come on. There, that guy's just hiding. That and the new tank can use some of this mulmy goodness. There he is. Albino snake skin. Hey, don't eat them. Jeez. Y'all are mean. Better get them in their new home. Try to eat their babies. It's not nice. I'm gonna go ahead and give these guys some Daphnia too, the way they're trying to eat the bubbies. Oh man, next day, look at these guys. You can see the ones back there too. They'll fill in eventually. Come on, focus. The reason that shot looks so good because I actually have a glare deflector. I just can't always pull it out for you guys, but here in the future we'll do more of that. Man, that sheen. This is why I call them magical guppies, because I tell how it changes color. So cool. This is too awesome. I am loving these tanks. This one's empty, but everybody's eating. You can see them now. That's more true color there. Look at all those in there. How beautiful. Yeah, you can see them all the way through. This is gonna be too cool. I mean, can you get too cool? This might just be too cool. I don't know, I'm excited about it. Can't wait for it to fill in. And then down below, same thing. I don't have much down here yet. These dumbbell ears, but oh, come on, camera. Oh, look at that substrate. And the top one. Still waiting for guppies. And still waiting for substrate on this one. Aquariums.com if you want to help get me some. Trying to get that money up. But thank you all so much for the support, because really, without you guys, this would not be possible. So thank you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till next time. See you on the next one.